Like seeing a dude reading House attempts Purdue while listening to Cold Chisel.
Can you say that again?
Tristan, did you write these?
Hey guys, I'm Nath Martin, the Whiskey Scribe.
And I'm Jess. I also like whiskey.
So this channel puts up regular whiskey review videos, educational pieces, and sometimes fun things like blind whiskey tastings. So if you want to see more of that sort of stuff, hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more of Jess in these videos, let me know in the comments.
If you don't want to see more of me, you can also let us know in the comments.
But be nice. Quite a few months ago, possibly almost a year ago, I did a tasting with some Scratch and Reveal Horny Pony whiskey bottles, and we still actually have 3 left from that. So these...
Look at the dust on this box.
Yeah, look at the dust on this box. This has
It's been a year.
waiting for a while. We're finally getting through the backlog of a lot of our stuff. But what I've got in here... Now, for those who don't know, Horny Pony is it's a website where you can get sample-sized bottles of unique whiskies. So it's called Horny Pony because it's a skeleton of a unicorn's head, because there's a term in whiskey circles that those rare and expensive whiskies are often referred to as unicorns. Yeah, so we have 3 of these, and each one has got the little Scratch and Reveal thing there. So neither of us know what these are. I didn't even order specific whiskies when I ordered them. Tristan from Horny Pony was doing a sale. He was trying to sell out some stock. I sent him money and said, surprise me. So this is going to be a complete mystery even to me.
Here we are, a year later, maybe more.
So Tristan probably doesn't even know what these are by now. So yeah, did you want to have your own glass, or do you want to share a glass with me, or?
Oh, cooties. I have my own glass, thank you.
Okay, fine.
Oh, you're going to pour them all, okay.
Yeah, let them breathe.
So what's new?
I know, helped my wife dye her hair the other day.
Did you really help though? You did a little bit, okay. Yeah,
yes.
you did a little bit. And full disclosure, dyed my hair again after almost 2 years growing it all out because I found a single white hair and had an absolute panic attack. So back to being blonde, bleach blonde and then purple on top, so I can live in denial.
The beauty is she can no longer make fun of my grey hair now.
I don't think I made fun of your grey hair. I made fun of you being old. It's less specific to grey hair, but now I have tasted my own medicine and it is bitter.
Well, let's taste something that's not bitter.
All right, well, hopefully it's not bitter.
Okay, so I'm gonna look and
Oh yeah, there's a
smell
whole
this.
thing. Yeah, sorry, it's been a hot minute.
So I'm gonna look and smell this first. Just on appearance, I don't know.
It's very light.
It is quite light, which could mean it's either very young or it's a bourbon cask.
I just stole a quick glance at the second one in the lineup, and that looks almost transparent. So
yeah, I already have my suspicions on what that one is, or at least where it's from.
gin. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That would be a surprise.
That would be a surprise.
Okay, on the nose.
Ooh, that's quite pleasant. That smells like wine.
Yeah, there's some wine sort of sweetness in there.
Like a white wine.
Oh yeah, maybe.
A fruity vanilla white wine.
So the sweetness, yeah, you're right. There's vanilla there, which makes me think this is either got a fair bit of American oak influence, because there's a lot of vanillin. Vanillin is the element in there. So vanillin, it's not vanilla, it's vanillin. It's what comes in wood. Yeah, it's a thing. I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, my face clearly says I believe you.
Yeah.
And I should, but for whatever reason I don't. But I'm sure someone will correct me.
Yeah. So when you're using an American oak barrel, you do get a vanilla taste because there's this element within the wood called vanillins, I don't know why it's so hard for me to say that today.
Not because it's a made-up word.
But it could be that. Before you said vanilla, I was getting like wine sort of sweetness, so I was leaning a little bit towards sherry, maybe some sherry cask influence. But the second you said vanilla,
I think I went wine. There's definitely vanilla, but I get that smoothness of a wine, like a fruit wine. You know what I mean? So going back to the not made up word, vanillins. I was half listening when you were explaining it. So it's nothing to do with like vanilla, like real vanilla, like vanilla pod or anything. It's a thing that happens to the wood.
Yeah, look, I'm going to look this up right now, just because you're not going to believe me unless I actually.
That was out of genuine interest and some belief. I was just trying to understand the differentiation of that between vanilla pods, which is what I think when I hear vanilla. Like most people, probably.
Okay. Vanillin is an organic compound with the molecular formula. It's actually got the molecular formula written there. It is a phenolic aldehyde. Its functional groups include. Okay, that's a whole lot of chemical stuff. Basically, it tastes like vanilla. That's why it's called vanillin.
As you can imagine, this is how many of our disagreements end. One of us Googles it. Sometimes we Google it and then we pretend like we didn't because we've been proved wrong. Are we drinking now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Oh, yep. That's oddly familiar to me. Like we've drunk this before.
Almost, yeah.
I don't know. I'm always wrong when it comes to these things.
Okay, so I said before I was thinking it's American oak influence.
Yeah.
Now, like I would almost say that's potentially some virgin American oak.
I would not be able to tell the difference if I'm being totally honest, but I do. It does have a very familiar. The whole taste, the aftertaste, everything about it is very familiar. I don't know what it is though. Have we had it before? Like
I don't think it's definitely that, but there's some similarity between this and Glenlivet Founders Reserve.
Okay.
But that wouldn't be a unicorn whiskey. So
no.
I don't think Horny Pony has got Founders Reserve.
Unless it was a, misdirect. I don't know. I just came to drink the whiskey.
Yeah, I'm going to leave some of that in the glass so I can come back to it. But yeah, it's I can't get past that American oak influence. It could also be something like Manuka honey barrels or something like that. Just that sort of honey sweetness that's in there. It's
quite smooth and it has a very nice warming feeling in my chest.
If it's a Scottish whiskey, I would say it's most likely a Speyside that's been aged primarily
in a virgin American oak.
Virgin American oak, maybe first fill ex-bourbon barrels, potentially. But yeah.
As we're sitting here doing this, I've realised how little information I've retained about whiskey, despite all the content that we make.
I get it. You block me out. That's fine.
Oh, look, I think it's once you get in front of the camera and then it's like you just forget everything.
Yeah. So let's move on to the second one.
Okay, the second one, which looks like water.
Yeah.
There's very little colour.
So can you remember what I've said about a whiskey region that tends to have very little colour?
Let's edit it together like I said yes.
Okay, sure. So, yes, Jess, you were correct. The Isla region, I have found, often has significantly less colour in its whiskey compared to mainland whiskies. So if you took a 10-year-old bourbon cask whiskey from Speyside and compared it to a 10-year-old bourbon cask whiskey from Isla, there'll be noticeable difference in colour. Isla just doesn't, for some reason, the peated whiskey does not take on anywhere near as much of the colour from the barrel.
Which is so interesting when you think about how strong the flavour is.
Yeah, I know, it's a misdirect, isn't it?
It's a real misdirect.
It's like, here's this thing that barely has any colour, it's probably got not much flavour, and then it hits you like a campfire in the teeth.
But then, you can say that about clear spirits in general, right?
That being said, I haven't nosed this yet, and I'm not getting any, smoke
No,
the glass from a
as
distance.
soon as you I couldn't smell anything when you opened any of the bottles. So
Yeah,
all right, here we
yours-
go. Here I'm smelling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that medicinal sort of smoke.
Yeah, I'm gonna love it.
You might.
I don't know. It's just too. Maybe it's because when I drink whiskey, I want to be able to drink more than, one or like try a couple. And I feel like as soon as I hit peat and smoke, bog, I just kills my flavor palate completely, and I can't taste anything else after that.
So just on the nose, I'm thinking Isla, ex-bourbon cask again. I'll have to taste it to try and guess a distillery, but
I don't get heaps of medicinal though on this one. Like I think if it is Isla, it's not as intense as other ones.
no, it's not. And that's what I mean. Usually, like often, a lot of the Isla peated whiskies, you open up the bottle and the second
And it just makes your eyes water.
yeah, you can smell the smoke instantly. Whereas
Yeah.
this one, I actually had to put the glass up to my nose, which could mean that it's an older whiskey.
Why would that mean that it's older?
So peat, the flavour and the aroma of peat actually dissipates over time.
Okay.
So if you had, that's why things like your Ardbeg 5 and 10-year-old are probably like the smokiest in their range. Whereas if you were to ever taste like a 25 or a 30-year-old Ardbeg, it's not going to taste anywhere near as smoky as the younger whiskey because that smoke element does fade over time.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to have to
Alright.
go in for a taste. Snudge. Ooh.
Yeah, that's BD. Oh, I'm getting like barbecue, like smoked meats.
Yeah.
Smoked meat?
Yeah, smoked meat, sort of like this balance between like an ashy sort of smoke and like there's a little bit of that iodine-y sort of note. Like a little bit-
Not heaps though. I don't get heaps of iodine, but definitely like like smoked meat, like a barbecue.
I'm looking for so usually a telltale usually a telltale sign of an Ardbeg whiskey is this like lemon or citrus sort of note in there. I'm trying to find that. I don't think I'm getting like a lemony citrusy note. So I don't think this is an Ardbeg whiskey. But I'd be very surprised if this wasn't an Isla
Isla.
whiskey. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I don't like this one though.
I'm just wondering if because I know Horny Pony often gets all of the Octomores.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if this is one of the
A little-
Octomores.
that would be fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame I don't like it.
Look, I'll finish yours.
I'm
if
sure
don't-
you will.
Yeah.
It is not the peatiest whiskey I've ever tasted before, and I'm impressed by the dimensions of the flavor because, like I said, the initial bit of hit of that peat taste, but then like the flavor you get on the back of your mouth and in your nostrils almost is like smoked meat, like a barbecue smoked meat, a nice one. It's not too. Sometimes you get these peaty ones and they're a bit campfire bog, where it's very intense and very like rusticy. Rustic's not the right word. Just like rough, like it's campfire, earthy maybe. Yeah, this feels a bit more refined in the sense that it's like exactly kind of like if you went to your favorite barbecue joint or where they do smoked meats and they've got the massive smoker there. And it's just that aroma on the back. That's what I get.
I'm thinking, I'm going to hazard a guess of like a couple of different distilleries this could be, but I'm thinking it's probably something like Lagavulin or maybe even Kilchoman. Kilchoman's a really cool distillery on Isla. It's completely farm to glass. So they grow their barley, malt their barley.
It's just making me hungry.
Okay, cool.
That's definitely one. That'd be a great one with like charcuterie.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit of cheese and whatnot.
Yeah, now I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, it just that would pair so well with food, I think. Yeah.
Oh, peated whiskies go lovely with cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the third
Third
one.
one?
Third one definitely has the most colour out of the three. Not heaps, but either slightly older age or a little bit more sherry in there. Also, I don't know if you can see this in the video.
Oh, I just got a whiff of that when you swirled it.
What did you get a whiff of?
Something.
There's
So many descriptive words.
it's got very thick legs.
Oh.
There's a damp wood sort of aroma on the nose.
Oh yeah, I get that. It's very faint though. It's interesting because we started with this. With the first one, the vanilla was almost, it potentially is overpowered our senses now because vanilla is such a strong smell. And if this is not super peaty, then like you would think that with these two, it's probably both of them working together to cancel out whatever else we can pick up now.
Yeah, I think I've gotten the order completely wrong. If I knew how these tasted,
I know, you'd go the other
I probably would
way.
have gone with this first.
Yeah.
The first one second, and then the
It smells
peaty
like
one last.
acetone to me. Like nail polish remover. No?
Yeah, no, I'm getting...
It's acetone. That's nail polish remover. I don't really get damp. I get nail polish remover.
I think you're right. Which again could mean it's quite a young whiskey. In which case, definitely
Colour,
sherry
sherry,
aged to
yeah.
get this much colour.
Are we tasting?
Yeah, sure. A lot of caramel.
I think you're right about sherry.
You don't like it?
Yeah.
Are you getting like a complete and utter dislike of it?
It's a pretty strong dislike.
Yeah.
It's my sherry detector.
Well, I don't think it's a sherry detector because you do like some sherry aged whiskies.
Some.
I think it's your sulphur detector.
Sulphur, that's right.
I
There
think they've used sulphur to clean the barrel, and Jess is picking up on that. If you haven't seen it in any of the previous videos, but
I'm very against sulphur apparently.
yeah. So if you've, in the same way that people who don't like coriander, it's a genetic aversion. You
Cilantro for anyone who's
just scratching away at the table there.
sorry.
If you've got a genetic aversion to coriander or cilantro, you're never going to like that.
Yeah,
Your
it's
brain,
always going to taste like soap to you, basically.
yeah. And so people who have that same sort of aversion to sulfur, they'll never grow to like the note of sulfur in a whiskey, whereas the people who don't have that natural aversion pretty much don't even pick it up. See, to me, this actually tastes like a nice sherry-aged whiskey that's got like some really jammy sort of caramel flavour notes in there.
I can't pick anything up except that I don't like the taste.
Yeah, so that tells me that it's wine barrels or sherry barrels, but
I would drink this peaty one over this one.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
It's frustrating because I would love to be able to pick up those other notes, but as soon as I taste it, if it is the sulfur, it is so overpowering for me that I cannot pick up on anything else. I can't remember another sulfur.
The Bushmills
Bushmills?
whiskey you didn't like,
Okay.
and then there was that French Belvedere.
I don't remember what they were tasted like, to be honest. But what was interesting about this was I'm just trying to remember the smell of those, because this was straight acetone to me as well. So I don't know if there's something connected to the sulfur there, or is something else about this particular whiskey.
Yeah, because in
that's
previous whiskeys where you've gotten that sulfur element,
the smell has been different for me.
yeah, you've enjoyed the nose.
Okay, so that's interesting.
Look, it does come across. There is like a chemically sort of alcohol smell in here that tells me that it could be quite young. There's other elements on the nose that I quite like. Like there's a little bit of this damn wood sort of thing going on. A little bit of like a floral thing happening in the mix. On the palate, it's got like a really, really nice mouthfeel. It's got this caramelly sort of sweetness, almost perhaps like a teeny bit jammy, but more like fudge or caramel. I like this one. The nose isn't as nice as the palate, so it's a shame that
It's a shame like
that
you said, it could be
yeah.
it could be a young whiskey. You're quite partial to sherry though.
Oh yeah, I love a
Yeah,
sherry.
I love a
whiskey.
sherry aged whiskey.
I love my sherry bombs.
I've yet to. I mean, which one do I like? That's sherry.
I don't think you've ever not liked a Highwayman whiskey, and he uses
Yeah,
sherries
but
and
he
ports and
also
things.
but that's because he's got ports and other things, and there's
Yeah.
like a whole mix of other things that contribute to the flavors in the Highwayman, which is very different to.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I might have to experiment and try and find sherry whiskies that you'll like.
what would be interesting if you did a blind for me, and you mixed in some sherries in there and see which one I actually pick out that I like without knowing that it's sherry. Because that's the other thing as well. It's like I'm biased because
Yeah.
I know. But that's what's good about a blind tasting.
Yeah, like
You might surprise
honestly,
yourself, you know.
If any of these were brands of whiskey that I normally love and gravitate towards, I don't know if that influences me, because I feel like if I love a whiskey brand and then I taste one of the whiskeys from them and I really don't like it, I am significantly let down. So I don't think
it gets quite emotional.
Yeah, so I don't think the brand will make me think more of the whiskey. If anything, I've got higher expectations and they've got something to live up to. But I guess from there we should probably see what these whiskeys are.
Okay, that's a good idea.
So,
we've got cheese, right? Can we have some cheese with this?
do you want to have some cheese?
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to do it right now, but maybe in a bit. Yeah. All right. So we're doing the first one. These have been so old. I don't know if we'll even be able to scratch anything off. I know.
It's working.
It's still good. What is that Stitch quote?
It's my family. It's broken, but still good.
Bleed.
Yeah, still good.
All right, we're getting there, guys. Did you look at it already? I was trying to.
Sorry.
Going to do a big reveal.
Sorry, I saw the distillery.
Can't take this guy anywhere.
I live here.
But for how long? All right. Do you want to listen to? Do you want some scratchy ASMR? Try not to breathe in this dust. Okay, so we have a. There's so much information on the label. Okay, I think I got it all. Interesting.
How wrong were we?
Well, I don't know. Not too wrong.
Okay.
I don't think, because I think we're on the right track, but I wouldn't know anything about this whiskey distillery. So it is a Blair
Athol?
Blair Athol 14-year-old Mezcal finish, North Star. 49% ABV. Yeah, so Mezcal finish, I think that... What is Mezcal what I'm thinking it is?
Mezcal is, it's similar to tequila. So
yeah, that's why we get that.
So it's
vanilla sweetness.
It's a succulent-based spirit. Mezcal finish, North Star. So North Star is an independent bottler. Mm-hmm. So they've purchased a cask from Blair Athol, aged it until they thought it was ready. 14 years.
That's a long time.
Hmm.
Yeah, Mezcal. That's what it makes sense now.
Yeah. It's interesting that this is why I usually try not to look at the actual tasting notes for a whiskey before I taste it for the first time, because I like to get my own impression and then see. Because when I first nosed this, I didn't get vanilla. Then Jess said vanilla, and all of a sudden I was getting vanilla, and I'm usually not quite that susceptible. But then now that I've seen that it's Mezcal, I've realized that vanilla isn't necessarily vanilla. It's that slightly different flavor that you get from
Tequila.
Yeah,
which is probably why I like this one a bit more.
Very important legal definitions and everything. Mezcal is not tequila. Tequila is not necessarily mezcal. I can't remember the specifics, but it's in that ballpark.
Okay, maybe someone can put it in the comments and explain the difference between tequila and mezcal. But it's good.
But no, that's
14
interesting.
14 years, that's...
Look, I have to say, I wonder... Yeah, mezcal finish. So I would say that there was some first fill ex-bourbon casks used initially, because anytime I've had mezcal or tequila casks, I haven't really liked them because I'm not the biggest fan of tequila.
Whereas I love tequila, so
that's why this one appealed a little bit more
I
towards
think so. I mean, compared to the other two, I definitely preferred the first one. Mm-hmm. And it'd be interesting. I'd be happy to explore more tequila, mezcal, whiskey collaborations, because that's, I think, that flavor profile is definitely more up my alley.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to get more of those. So that was pretty cool.
Number 2.
All right, so I'm gonna. You're right. That smokiness does have a barbecue element to it.
I think it is just. I just want to differentiate from like campfire smoke and like not industrial smoke, but like a smoke that's manufactured, if that makes sense. So I think like barbecue, smoked meats. All right, not pig.
The first word I've scratched here is secret.
Barbecue? Oh no,
Secret.
But my mind's clearly on food.
It's like, what have you got there? It's a secret.
Yeah, scratching off the stuff is quite fun. You know, just a little surprise. No, but seriously, it is fun. I'm having a good time.
Oh, there's so much information.
The stuff that scratches off is super fine too.
I know, I'm gonna have to completely clean this table before the next video.
Well, it's stuck in my skin. What are we dealing with?
So it was an independent bottling, 13-year-old Ardbeg.
Ardbeg, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it wasn't quite as punchy as what I normally get from an Ardbeg because of that age. The name of the independent bottling, so it was Secret Isla, 13-year-old. They've got in brackets Ardbeg, so I'd say they didn't advertise it, but people have worked that out. Makes My Heart Wreck by East Village Whiskey Co. I don't think I've had anything from East Village Whiskey Co. before.
No.
But that was...
Let's
Do you want to guess the ABV of that one?
49%.
Higher.
56.
It was 54.4.
Ooh, I was close.
That was nice. That was
second try.
I really
What's
liked
it called?
that.
East Coast Village. German independent bottler, founded in 2018, specialising in single cask Scotch, single malt grain whiskies.
That might be the first time I've had anything. Like, I know it was a Scottish made whiskey, but that's probably the first time I've had anything from a German whiskey company. I've had a number of independent bottlings from French companies where they purchased Scottish whiskey and aged it themselves, but...
Segue, side quest. The company was founded by Peter Ostendorf.
Ostendorf,
based in Holdorf. Launched as a passion project alongside their political career. So they're into politics.
That was really nice. I think as soon as you said barbecue, I should have guessed Ardbeg.
Why?
Because Ardbeg does have a lot of people talk about the smoke flavour of Ardbeg having like that barbecue sort of element.
Ardbegs do have barbecues. Sorry. Cut that out, please.
No. But yeah, I'm still not getting that little bit of citrus element, but that could have just dissipated with age.
With however they
Yeah.
bottled it, yeah. It's Oh, you drank all of it. I'm saving mine to have with a bit of cheese and crackers after this.
I've got the Ardbeg 17-year-old for that.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay, that just leaves the last one. I don't even have... I'm just coming back to this.
I'm not doing that one again because I really didn't enjoy it, so I'm going to scratch it off though.
Look, I think sherry cask, but there's something about it that makes me not sure. I also really don't know about the ABV. The ABV is probably mid-40s, I'm
Well,
thinking.
if we're thinking it's young, this is interesting. The good thing about Horny Pony is that you're going to get some really weird stuff. Like, it's just going to be weird, guys. It's going to be weird and random. But that's what's cool and fun about it because...
These sort of, I think these sort of sample places are really, really good too because it gives you a chance to try those whiskies that
are weird that you're not going to spend...
Yeah, well,
a whole whatever amount on for a whole bottle.
Because age and price doesn't necessarily mean it's a good whiskey, and even if it's a good whiskey, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to like it. Everyone's tastes are different. You know, you could like a whiskey that has almost the exact same flavor profile as this one, but if it doesn't have sulphur, you would actually like it rather than not liking this one. So, I feel like if you're looking at some of the more expensive whiskies, doing a sample like this is a really good way to test it out. I mean, I quite like the Octomores, but the price point that they are, I would always rather taste them before I choose which Octomore I actually buy. Yeah,
especially if there's a whiskey brand, a distillery that has a lot of different releases, because then obviously they want you to buy all of them. But, that's an investment and you don't know what you're going to like. And if you got the money or you got the friends to share it with, that's good too. But I think it's nice having something where you can sample. Plus, I feel like it's more fun. Like you're having a little adventure with each little of these bottles, or you can pretend to be a mad scientist doing little experiments. I don't know. I've gone on a tangent, guys. I'm just filling up.
So what is this?
Okay, so look at my hand.
Yeah, that's great. What's the whiskey?
Okay, so I'm not familiar with this one at all, but Ned the Flair, very limited batch, the Wanted series. And that is all the information on there. No, sorry. And ABV is 42%, so Very low ABV. Oh my
Ned
God.
the Flair.
I know nothing about it. Shall I Google?
So yeah, the only thing I can think of for Ned is there is an Australian brand called Ned. It's named after Ned Kelly, who was one of our famous outlaws. What was his name? The Australian actor who played him in the movie.
Heath Ledger
Heath Ledger played
him
Ned
in
one
the
of our movies.
Australian-made film about Ned Kelly.
Historically, I have not liked Ned whiskey. It's very entry level. All of the Ned whiskies that I've tasted don't taste like whiskies that are designed for people who drink whiskey neat. They're made for people who like to mix their whiskey, which is fine. There's a market for that.
I'm going to read the little review blurb written on Horny Pony's website.
Sure.
This is probably the best whiskey from Ned so far. It's not easy to find now. It won a gold medal at the Australian Distilled Spirits Award. I just wish it was bottled at a higher ABV. The branding of Ned is very commercial and everyman, with an Aussie broken hipster kind of feel, focusing on V8 car motor racing and the like. This works for the core Ned whiskey and premix can. However, some of the Wanted series are quite sophisticated and refined, which is kind of surprising. Like seeing a dude reading House Reviews 2 temps per dew while listening to Cold Chisel.
Can you say that again?
Tristan, did you write these? I love that. I really enjoyed that.
Some of the Wanted series are quite sophisticated and refined, which is kind of surprising, like seeing a dude reading Proust's à la Richard du Temps Perdu while listening to Cold Chisel.
I mean, people do what they do, but that's a great write-up.
Okay, so that's Ned whiskey. That's
Yeah, so
an
like
Australian...
like you were saying, it's not something that a brand that you particularly are fond of, but it's interesting that they can actually produce something sophisticated, as Tristan said. I assume Tristan wrote that. I have no idea now.
Look, it's not bad. I actually didn't mind it. I agree that a higher ABV would be much...
Take it a little bit further.
Yeah, after that first sip, it came across quite weak. Like once your palate adjusted to the flavours, it just it felt really, really light.
The Wanted series is a collection of limited edition premium whiskey releases from the Ned Barrel House. Each batch in this series combines a barrel from a special stash of whiskey matured in 500-litre European oak blended with a barrel from Ned's heritage 200-litre American oak collection.
So they produce whiskey in volume, and if you make enough barrels of whiskey...
You're going to have...
Yeah. If you produce enough barrels of mediocre whiskey, at least 1 in 100 is going to be a damn good whiskey, just by chance of the barrel interplay. Oh yeah, so, all right, so there's a Ned whiskey out there that I actually don't mind.
I wonder who bought this. Like, I wonder is it the fans of Ned, like the consumers of Ned, did they buy this because they are advocates of the brand? Or were they other discerning whiskey drinkers who were like, you know what, I'll try that? Or did they go to Horny Pony's website and buy the tiny sample bottle because they didn't want to fork out?
Yeah, probably that. I have to admit, I don't want to trash talk an Australian brand, but I haven't come across an actual whiskey enthusiast who rates Ned enough to spend the money on one of their special releases. And let's also be honest, when I
want to see how much it retails for now.
Tristan from Horny Pony was doing clearance when I approached him about this. So these are whiskies that have sat around for a while and he was trying to clear out. So the Ned was probably a little bit of a palm off. I'm glad he included it because honestly, if I had the choice, I never would have tried it because I've got that low opinion of Ned. Yeah, that at a higher ABV would actually be quite a nice whiskey.
Okay, so looking, as it says, it is very limited and rare. So looking at like a collector's website or whatever, it's selling for $141. Which is very telling. If we're being perfectly honest.
$141. Is that a 700ml bottle? I think they are.
Where does it say how much it is?
Zoom in on the bottle.
500ml.
Okay. Yeah, still $140 for
a
sold out Australian whiskey. First time I've liked a whiskey from Ned. I usually like Ardbeg, so that's no surprise there. And first time I've enjoyed a whiskey finished in mezcal cask. So that's why it's fun to explore whiskies on a blind tasting. You get to try things you probably would have snobbed away from normally. What were your takeaways from this? What was... Your takeaway, I think, was that you want to try more mezcal aged whiskey.
Yeah, that's definitely it. I'm curious to explore those type of whiskies. That'd be really cool. I've not really. I think that's the first time we've both tried that. Yeah, so that's really cool. Just confirming that did we actually check to see if that had sulphur? We should do some checking on that.
It was European oak. They said it was a 500 litre European oak barrel.
An Australian
one.
American
If 500 litre European oak would usually hint at being sherry cask.
Yeah.
Because it's usually sherry casks that are aged in 500 litre barrels. So, yeah, I would be very surprised if that wasn't a sherry cask, the European oak, and they would have, because it was sherry cask, they would have used a bit of sulphur to clean it.
Anyways, just confirming that I don't like sulphur tasting things. And then what was the second one?
The Ardbeg.
Ardbeg, yeah. The independent bottling of that. Pretty cool. The German independent bottling. Just that it's not all peat is bad. Anyways, I didn't hate it. I think I would like to try it with some food, some cheese or something. Would be really nice. And that, yeah, I might be interested in more peat with food pairings in the future, rather than just peat on its own, because,
cool.
Yeah. But overall, that was fun. Sorry for getting distracted and scratching the table. Just forgot what I was here to do, but that's fine. Had a good time.
Great.
Thanks for having me.
In our house.
In our home, where we live together as a married couple with a child.
All right. Well, I guess, yeah, if you want to see more stuff like this, if you want to make some recommendations, or I don't know, if you want to just randomly send me some blind samples, we'll do another blind tasting if somebody wants to.
Oh, absolutely, open to samples. If there is a sherry aged whiskey you think that I might actually like, pop it in a comment and we'll see if we can find it.
Yeah, great. But otherwise, enjoy what's in your glass, no matter where it came from, and slange. Still can't believe I like a Ned whiskey.